tax. They make a car, send it to us, there's almost no tax, okay? Other than that, it's a very fair deal. Then they get elected, these politicians, and they do nothing other than let other countries continue to rip us off. And I don't blame other countries. I don't blame China. I don't blame Japan. I don't blame South Korea, who we protect, and we still lose a fortune on trade. I don't blame these other countries. I blame our past leadership for allowing these other countries to get away with it. So I'm not like other politicians. I can't even believe I'm calling myself a politician, but I guess that's what I am. Hey, look, I went, and look, I guess, am I a politician? I don't know. All I know is this. I ran one time, and I won. That's right. One time. One time. Thank you. Thank you. You know what the new slogan is? So it's Make America Great Again, right? New slogan is Keep America Great. But don't tell anybody, okay? We don't want somebody stealing that slogan. It'd be hard for somebody else. Actually, I guess I'd like the opponents to steal that slogan, right? Now we're replacing the horrible job-killing NAFTA with a brand new US-Mexico-Canada agreement, which is a good deal for us, a really good deal. Countries, and you take a look at the countries that we're stealing. You look at what went on in Mexico, where our car manufacturers went down there, make 25% of our cars now in Mexico. All of that's not going to happen anymore. They're not going to be leaving our country. We're going to make it very difficult under this agreement, and that's fine. And I let it be known right at the beginning, we have to have that. The USMCA, like YMCA, the song, YMCA, YMCA. The USMCA is a tremendous victory for Mississippi farmers, we love our farmers, manufacturers, and auto workers. And by the way, speaking of farmers and small business owners, you know, in our tax cuts, we passed the largest tax cuts in history, and we have great provisions there, like Anwar, the great oil site in Alaska, right? They've been trying to get it for 40 years, but you know what's great for our farmers and small business? The estate tax, the death tax. If you love your children, you'd like to leave your estate, your farm, your small business, whatever it may be, you'd like to leave it to your children, right? Without being taxed, where they have to go out and borrow to the hilt. Well, guess what? You have no more estate tax to pay. You have no more death tax to pay. Okay? You have no more death tax to pay. So if you like your children, it's great. If you don't like your children, don't leave it to them, and therefore the tax, don't even think about it. Didn't help you very much. Who here does not like their children? Anybody? I don't see one hand. There's nobody? Got to be somebody. Back there, see, in the very back corner, look. No, it's a great thing. That's something that we get that we don't talk about much, but that's a big thing. People leave their farms and other things to their children. Their children have to pay the taxes. The taxes are staggering. They go out and they borrow money and they're in debt, and a lot of times it didn't work out. You don't have tax to pay anymore. You have nothing to pay on those farms and small businesses. Under my administration, we've created 500,000 brand new manufacturing jobs. Remember, we weren't going to be able to create any because under the previous administration, they said manufacturing's never coming back. It's gone. You need a magic wand. Well, we found the magic wand, and that's actually going to be increasing by a lot in the next short while because we have a lot of companies moving in. We've also taken the toughest ever action against the abusive trade practices of many other countries. They were abusive. Nobody did anything about it. I mean, they either didn't have a clue or they didn't care. America is respected again. We are respected again. It's a whole different ballgame. We've taken bold action to reduce the cost of health insurance for the first time in years. Healthcare premiums are coming down. You just remember that. We've worked hard on that. Secretary Azar has done a fantastic job. And right here in Mississippi, we've opened up new affordable alternative plans that are up to 56% cheaper than the disaster known as Obamacare. And to help critically ill patients get life-saving treatments, we passed Right to Try. You know what that is? It's a terror. Hopefully nobody needs it. But people that are terminally ill, we have the greatest medicines, the greatest doctors in the world, and we have a pipeline, but it takes years to get approved. We've cut it in half. We're going to be cutting it again in half. But it used to take 15 years. Now it's way down, but it's still years. And they have some cures that really look good. I mean, they look like they're going to work out. If a patient is terminally ill, you're now going to be able to have access to those potential cures, which is great. There's that medicine. Previous to 4 months ago when I signed it, it was that you'd have people, if they had enough money, they'd go to all parts of the world. They were looking for hope all over the world. They go to Europe, they go to South America, they go to Asia. Now they sign a piece of paper, they immediately get taken care of. And by the way, Phil, we've had some incredible results already. So we've had some incredible results. We passed Veterans Choice for our veterans. 44 years they've been trying to pass it. So now it gives you the right to see your private doctor or a private doctor immediately. If you're standing in line for 10 days or 2 weeks or 6 weeks, you have no idea. The numbers are horrible. And now if you have to wait, you go out and you see a private doctor down the road, down the street, across the street, then you get taken care of immediately. No more waiting online for, I mean, numbers of days and weeks, that's hard to believe. People would stand in line and they're okay, not bad, and they have to wait so long they'd be literally terminally ill by the time they got doctor's care. Now you go outside, you get a doctor, and we pay for it, and it's a great thing. Another is the landmark VA accountability law. Over 40 years they've been trying to get this, and we got it done. That's where people that abuse our great veterans in the hospitals, and there are people that are sickos, they do it. We look at them and we say, get out of here, you're fired, get out, and worse. We secured, through the help of Lindsey Graham and everybody, Roger, we secured $700 billion and $716 billion to fully rebuild our great United States military, and we gave our great warriors their largest pay raise in more than a decade. And in my direction, the Pentagon is now working to create the 6th branch of the American Armed Forces. It's called the Space Force. And today, we just landed on Mars. Did you hear that? We just landed. They were celebrating at NASA. We have reawakened NASA, and that's a good thing. And we're also letting rich private guys, I don't know, a lot of the rich guys like rockets. So we charge them rent. Go ahead, build all the rockets you want. That's good for us, right? Just make sure you have an American flag on the rocket. So I withdrew the United States from the horrible one-sided Iran nuclear catastrophe deal. And we have just recently recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem.